For all the STEM majors here, you guys will really enjoy the speaker. Our next speaker, Kalista Boundy, will take us through a journey of growth and transformation of a cell. One that mirrors the very process of life at a cellular level. Just as cells go through phases of growth, struggle, and renewal, so too has Kalista. From excelling in early education to facing academic struggles, rediscovering her passion for biology, and embracing one of the life's greatest transformations, motherhood. Her story reflects the resilience of both science and the human spirit. Please welcome Kalista Boundy with the life cycle of growth.
Hi, everyone. I have learned that life doesn't always move in a straight line. It's a cycle of growth, preparation, challenges, and reinvention. Just like cells, we go through phases of rapid progress, times of rest, and moments of rapid transformation. I will take you through my academic journey as well as some of my personal life as it lines up with stages of the cell cycle. And for all the science people here, this is just a very light overview and not meant to be the exact specifics of what happens in a cell. So, a brief overview. G1 will represent my early growth and development. S phase will represent some of my beginning struggles with education. G2 phase will represent refinement and preparation for the future. And mitosis will represent major transformations in my life. So, beginning with G1 phase, I have myself pictured with my mom and my grandma. Growing up, I lived with both my grandparents and my mom, and they were my primary caregivers. My mom was in college and working full time during my early childhood, but she always made sure to make time for me. And I was very lucky to also have my grandmother, who had been a stay at home mom and was a stay at home grandma to me. Through both of my grandparents' help, I was able to receive a really good early childhood education. Since we lived with them, we were in a very highly rated school district, and I got to attend Niles Elementary. And I received a really positive experience with learning. Everything kind of came naturally to me, and I really thrived in that environment. I was also really well prepared through the experiences with my grandparents of going to bookstores and museums and parks. So I really developed a love for learning, and that became a huge part of my identity, but I was never really challenged yet. Moving on to S phase, there I am in middle school age. This is when a cell duplicates its DNA. It's a period of preparation for the future, but also where mistakes can happen. So, around sixth grade was when I really began to struggle with school. I lost a lot of motivation for learning, and I really struggled with the structure of the academic environment, with rules, my relationships with teachers and with friends. And my family really wanted to help me, and they were very supportive, but they just didn't know what to do. And we were all hoping by the time I started at a new junior high that things would be better. Um, I still was struggling academically. I was failing math for the first time, and I didn't really feel like I could talk to my teachers. So my mom began to look for other options, and I ended up transferring to a charter school called the Circle of Independent Learning. There, I was able to meet with the teacher every week or two and choose my own curriculum and go at my own pace. At first, I was very motivated, making it all the way through 10th grade English and algebra, um, due to being able to choose my own curriculum and have a school setting that worked better for me. But then I began to get frustrated with the fact that I was doing high school curriculum and not receiving credit. So I transferred to an online high school. There, when I first applied, it said, enter your preferred grade. And so I was like, okay, preferred grade, can I just put in anything then? So instead of putting 8th grade, I put 9th grade. And I was finally able to skip a grade, something that I had been unable to do in my former school district. But then I struggled with the lack of structure and the fully online environment, and I knew I was not going to make it through 4 years of high school. So then moving on to G2 phase, there I have pictured myself with my mom and grandma. That was one of the last times we got to see my grandma where she was totally healthy, and before she was diagnosed with cancer. So in G2 phase, a cell continues to grow and checks and repairs any errors that were made. And after starting to attend the online high school, we discovered something called the California High School Proficiency Exam. This allows students who are either 16 years of age or have completed one semester of 10th grade to test out of high school. I passed, and I was able to begin at San Jose City College at 14. Here, I had a much more positive experience. I met a ton of professors and staff who absolutely loved their subject and were passionate about helping students. I had much more control over my education, and I felt like I was actually working towards something. And I was able to complete my general education and receive an AA degree. At the time, my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer and passed away really quickly, which was really hard for all of us. And I also overloaded myself on taking way too many courses. I was expecting myself to keep up with the timeline of transferring in 2 years, even though I hadn't completed all of the regular math and English courses I would have in high school anyways. So I think, had to learn and accept that it was just going to take me longer, and I was on a different path than everyone else. So then comes mitosis, and here I have pictured my daughter, Cordelia Jade. Mitosis is when a cell finally divides, creating something new, and this is a period of transformation. So during COVID, everyone got sent home and was all online. I transferred to CSU East Bay with the plan of completing an online degree in human development while I stayed home with my daughter. And my focus shifted to parenting and learning how to function with lack of sleep and sickness and still trying to keep up with school. We luckily, 2 years into my daughter being here, we found a school that we really liked for her, and this opened up a lot more time for me during the week. I was able to return to San Jose City College this previous fall of 2024 and continue earning the prerequisites to major in biology, since that was always what I wanted to do. The cell cycle continues for the life of the cell, just as we continue to learn and grow with each phase of life. Growth, challenges, and setbacks are lifelong, but we learn something at each stage. Currently, I'm still learning how to balance my school life with my family responsibilities, but I'm not putting so much pressure on myself to have everything figured out right away. I am taking the time that it needs to take, and continuing my education while still prioritizing my family life. And the goal is to eventually earn a bachelor's in biology, but it might take me some time, and I'm fine with that. That's pretty much it. I thank you, everyone.